Are we saying we want to be like other nurses? Yes. And the scientific evidence that has been done for this to be accepted, it's happened in Kenyatta, Referral, in our public health institution, it's only here. Are we saying we want to work those hours within those at 6 to 40 hours a week? Yes. Right. I'm saying 21 days. Are we saying that we want those nurses you are calling local, those casuals, and those on contract, to be on permanent and pensionable? Are we saying that the habit and the unprofessional man of treating nurses that when you are sick you have to pay for those sick off must end? Now, there are certain things that, there are certain things that will go to the CBA, like leave allowance. Everyone is getting 1 month basic salary. No referral in that. So there's nothing unique about this place. Oh, these public institutions, we all get our money from the exchange, isn't it? So that one we will not put in the strike. We will say the CBA must be negotiated and completed within 21 days. Now, patient ratio is also an area that we must. Now, if we have to deal with patient ratio, at this time, our branch officials here, our chapter officials, must be knowing the staff shortage in Mongapi. So that we say we want this number of nurses to be employed. But if we don't know the shortage, the level of shortage, and their challenges on the table now tell us how many nurses are needed, we know I look foolish. So do we know the number of nurses that are needed? Do we know the establishment? Do we know the shortage? Do we know it? Yes. Who knows what the number of nurses that are needed? How many do we have and how many do we need? Hello? I'm asking this because we cannot go into the ratios right now. Of course, the ratios are governed by the International Council of Nurses and the Nursing Council of Kenya and the WHO. And the ratios are, like in ICU, I worked in ICU for many years. It's actually one patient, and it's sometimes 2 to 1. In labor, they say 2 to 1, but that can never happen in Kenya. In labor, they say what? 1 to 1 is ICU. Labor is 2 to 1. 1 mother, 2 nurses. That one has never happened in Kenya. So what we are saying is that for nurses, we will put a figure, but you need to give me a rough idea of how many nurses, or we leave that one to the branch official to whisper to us. Whisper to us on how many nurses are needed, so that we put in that number.
Volunteers, we can confirm.
Yes.
In fact, right now in the establishment, we are close to 572 nurses. We need another 572 nurses to cover the shortage. But we shall do the calculation for you.
Don't do the calculation. We say 800 nurses. Then when we meet on the table, then calculation will come on the table. So we need the hospital to employ 800 nurses. I think so far, those are the issues I think that requires immediate action. And if there is anything else that you think we are leaving it out, we better say. Yes, what is it that we are leaving out?
Our PHs are taken away.
Public holidays?
Yes.
And leave? You go for leave?
Yes.
How do we take public holidays?
Institution, like where I was, and it was a private institution. If I worked on a public holiday, I was given 2 extra days off. And Kenyatta, I think, is still the same. But here, if you work within that PH, you're given it still as an off. It's not counted. And if you need your PH, you have to go through the administration.
Okay, as I have said, some of these things require to go through CBA. But working hours, public holidays, even they are covered in the Employment Act. The Employment Act says clearly what happens when you work on public holidays and weekends. So those are the things that we can do in the CBA. But for the beginning, let us fight for what is straightforward. Hiyo mambo ile straightforward, kama uko mgonjwa mtu anasema ati ulipe hiyo siku, hiyo inatoka wapi? Nasikia. Alafu something else. You know, when you are negotiating, also compare with your colleagues. We cannot have a health system in Kenya where a particular cadre is always considered as the best. Ukija hapa, they are on permanent pension. Nyinyi mko kwa contract. Ukienda huko nje the same. Even those who are calling UHC nurses. I've just learned that all doctors in the country who are on UHC have been on permanent pension. But the nurses and others have been left out. I think we are going to be aggressive. We change the style. I think they are thinking that we are cowards. They're not cowards. We're only playing like gentlemen, but they don't understand the gentleman in us. Si ni ukweli? Kwa hivyo tunapitisha kwa kauli moja that within 21 days haya mambo yafanyike ama tuende mgomo.
God says power. Simameni. So